I was in shape in high school. I was a
Pretty good.
football player and I was in band.
I bet we were all super cute in high school.
Nope.
Now we're just, well,
I'm still super
pretty
cute.
okay looking middle agers.
Mm,
I'm sexy. I don't care what anyone says.
Get it, Thomas?
Nope.
Work it. Yeah. Oh, you're recording. You already hit record.
Yep. All right. Well, welcome everyone to Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. Today we got a full house. Everybody's here except for
Yay!
except for
Except
Reese,
for Reese.
because I haven't let you out, have I?
No, let me out.
Anyway.
Working on it, Reese. We're working
Yeah.
on it. I promise.
No. He's being defiant right now, and I'm not rewarding that. So
Mutiny on the bounty.
Say the football table.
yes, I actually did talk to him the other day, and he did say that he misses everyone. He hopes to be on at some point. So, but absolutely. Well, this episode, man, we've got some percolating crazy news going on, and there's all kinds of stuff going on with this.
Let's see what you did with it.
With
Let's
this,
see what you did.
It doesn't percolate.
It's a very drippy situation,
It doesn't drip either.
and all I gotta say is that this
Don't
might
press
be,
the subject.
Thomas needs to switch to decaf.
He absolutely does. I mean, he's got way too much caffeine in that diet, apparently. So,
I only had 2 cups of coffee today. Dang.
oh, speaking of coffee, hey, I got a perfect segue to that. So there is some craziness going on with Carnival, because guess what? This dude contacted John Heald of all people, and he and
Really?
he said, yeah, and he said, John, we had our Mr. Coffee that was confiscated on the Radiance Journey cruise. This ruined our experience we had been looking forward to for many months. We know room service will deliver coffee pot in the room at 6 a.m., but it's lukewarm, too strong or watered down. I didn't see the next sentence. I would expect an explanation to this, John. So, yeah.
It wasn't a Mr. Coffee, it was a French press.
So, well,
No, it wasn't Mr. Coffee.
yeah.
But Mr. Coffee
Wait, what did they say to John Heald? They'll maybe come over there and fight you. I'll fight you.
That's the
this means
first
I've
time
gotten
you
everyone.
That's
think
the
I've gotten
first time
everyone
you've
now.
ever gotten Jen.
I know.
The Mr. Coffee complainer
Mhm.
spoke with somebody at the chef's table, as one does. And their homie at the chef's table said, well, we just bring a French press. And John,
Is that right? Really?
Wow. Man, her eyes huge.
What is-
They're giant. Well, I'm really wondering what they said.
What did they say? The anticipation is
It
killing
just-
me.
You just stopped in the middle of it.
you can't bring a French press or a coffee maker on board. I think that's silly. I mean, the French press. I mean, obviously the coffee maker, that's the heating element.
Well,
That's dangerous.
But I've got a friend who has a French press that heats the water too. So
Oh.
Yeah, there is that. So I wonder, is those the fancy coffee mugs that like keep your have the temperature gauge? Those are probably banned as well.
I don't know.
Just
I mean,
guessing.
Those are USB plug-in batteries.
Yeah, I
Usually.
don't have a clue. Well, they make them now where you don't even have to plug them in. Like the mug itself is like a battery contained thing. Sounds like a terrible idea to add heating elements and batteries and everything in
There's some that'll
setting,
stir your
but-
coffee for you. Like, how lazy do you have to be to have a cup that stirs your damn coffee for you?
But I will say I have a French press, and I've never seen the need to just like I have to use it. So, and I've used it a few times. I've just never saw the point.
I bought
I
it.
have my
It still
Keurig.
has the wrapper on
Yeah, exactly.
it.
I just have my Keurig. It's fine. It's fine.
Yeah. Like mine's pretty much a Keurig. It's a different brand, but it's the same thing. And so, and it, I'm good with it. So
I got
and
mine from that Swedish blue and orange or blue and yellow place.
Oh yeah.
Did you have to put it together?
No, it come together. I don't know though. It may have to yeah.
I'm now suspecting that that's where you have been these last few weeks.
I mean, it is. It's hard to get lost in that place because they have arrows pointing what direction you have to go.
Oh no,
For
you
miles.
Can get lost. You can get lost easily in that place. Yes, it won't be a problem. But I wonder if a French press could be banned because of the disc could be like shaped into a weapon or something, kind of like why they won't allow a corkscrew.
You can bring a corkscrew on.
Not a metal corkscrew. Not allowed to bring a corkscrew.
They may not catch you with it, but like you probably brought one on, but
Yeah, I did.
Yeah,
I didn't know it was on the
yeah.
band list. Oh,
Yeah, corkscrews also, because that's why they charge you a corking fee for your wine. They will
Yeah.
So
yeah. I was about to make a terrible joke. Sorry about them. Like my brother's car corkscrew, they took it from me. So I'm sorry. I'm
too
sorry.
soon.
yeah.
Too soon.
Way
Trevor,
too
soon.
He was with us and he never mind.
that one just hacks me off. I mean, why would you go on a cruise
We give it
after
up
your
on
brother died?
Squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel. So exactly.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, you're
Oh.
fine.
You
I
had
get
to
it.
bring
It
it
was my
up, and
fault.
it's just it's mind-boggling.
Mhm.
The fact that they went on a cruise and their brother died on the way to the cruise.
I will
Yeah.
say, I mean, when we went in December on the Venezia, I had a very good chance that my grandmother was going to die on the way there or while we were on that cruise.
Yeah.
But I was still going on that cruise. God rest grandma.
Mm.
So I mean, I could somewhat understand with the brother thing. I mean, if you're not that close to your family, I know that there's some people they're so close to their family that there's no way they can understand it. But I can somewhat understand that, hey, look, I've got a cruise booked and old Bill passed away on the way there. And
They're just gonna have to hold that funeral.
yeah,
Or I'll catch
I'll
the next one.
I'll zoom. I'll get the social or the premium package so that I can get they got video
can
conferencing.
do the live feed.
Yeah.
So I've forgotten what we were even talking about. So coffee. So the coffee.
Yes.
So it was a Mr. Percolator that was given by his brother, and so and they confiscated it, and now
he had it monogrammed.
Yeah, and now he went to go get it, and it's gone now. So I don't know. Like honestly, I don't know why anybody would bring their own coffee maker on a cruise. I get that there's people out there that are like that crazy about it. I do get annoyed that it's like 6 a.m. whenever they open any of the coffee shops, but
yeah. Anyways, yeah, those 1%ers who are up before 6 o'clock. So
yes. I have to wait 2
overachievers,
hours.
Overachievers, yeah.
Well, I mean, you 2 hours, only 2 hours. I thought so. You slept in on the cruise because you usually get up at
Hang
like
on.
2.
And no, there are times I've waken up at 2, but not often.
All
But
I have to say is at least you guys were in an interior room. Wait, no, you guys weren't. You were in an ocean view. Did you
Mhm.
scream land
No.
ho?
no, I would never do
So
that.
so I'm the only person that you've ever done that to.
Yeah, and if we ever room again, I'll do it to you again.
No, there's a guarantee that won't happen.
Poor Minion. Minion's not a happy person. A happy dog.
Your glasses are like crooked there, Jen.
She's frozen.
Yeah, she is.
There she's now. She's not.
Okay, now you're not.
She had the X.
Well,
There
hang on,
she
I'm trying to figure this out. So
Okay.
our next topic is something about Australian cruises. How do we segue to that? It makes me hopping mad like a kangaroo.
No.
I don't either.
No.
Somebody tell me what it
You
is.
say that you might have something out on your back. Did you throw your back out?
So you're going down under the ship?
Wait a minute. These are all. Wait, I like the kangaroo thing. Oh, I don't even know what that article is. I haven't pulled it up. Was anyone going to cover that one?
Well, just in honor of us having Australian listeners, I thought we should mention that
Hi, Tim.
a rare and severe weather event is disrupting cruise vacations down under. Yeah. By the time this airs, they'll all be home. So.
Oh, that's good.
You talk about that tropical cyclone thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. It spins the other direction there, which is interesting.
Like the toilet does too. Yeah.
Hey.
I don't know.
I don't know if Jen's frozen. Oh yeah, she is. It went X.
I feel like she's either frozen or she's judging us.
Yeah.
I think it was both.
Yeah.
I think it was a little bit of both.
That's all right, Jen. I know that Megan is writing a book on Trevor and his relationship with all of his friends, so you're going to be in it too.
Yeah, you will be.
Look, she's so excited she can't even contain herself.
She thinks most of y'all are imaginary, but oh, it's really funny. But
so was that
GoFundMe?
Was that all we're going to talk about?
We're going to start a GoFundMe so that Jen can get a slightly better bandwidth brought into her home.
Yes, it's the cyclone that's actually disrupting her internet.
She's a lot closer to it than we are.
It's a Cat 2 internet S-storm.
Don't blame it on cats. Okay.
S-storm. Yes, it's an infinity.
It's Cyclone
storm.
Alfred is messing up my internet.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it. That's all. I just wanted to acknowledge for our one Australian listener.
Yes. Tim's on pins and needles waiting for us.
I know. I want them to feel like, I'm seen. I'm seen by the podcast hosts.
We see you, Tim. That's creepy, but man, thanks for listening.
We see you right now.
Yeah. That's
Put it away, Tim.
That's so
or
gross.
Don't.
Oh, speaking of that, man, I've got a speak pipe.
Whoa.
So, yeah, imagine that. So
how long has it been since you've checked it anyway?
I checked it right before, and luckily it's only 4 days old. So
I would like to say, I thought I remember this. Let me interrupt real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Brad Taylor put a post in our group this week that said it's lunchtime here in Australia. So we have 2 Australian listeners now.
Holy moly.
Wow.
Yes,
That's
there is
100% gain.
exactly. But he talked about that his post was
Oh yeah.
about the kids love a basic Frankfurt on a roll, otherwise known as a hot dog. So yeah, so Australia, Brad Taylor. Thanks for
Get it,
doubling.
Brad.
Thanks for doubling our listeners' support in Australia.
Absolutely.
That is the
Well,
weirdest looking hot dog I've ever seen.
Now, if he's actually from Australia or not, that's to be determined. I don't know, but he probably was just saying that it was lunchtime in Australia while he was eating it at like 2:00 in the morning. Who knows?
yes. That's for now on. We are only going by Australian time. Sydney time is our time now. So if we schedule anything, just know if it's live, you
Yes.
gotta double check. So
He does live in. Okay, he is. I just checked out. I creeped his profile, and he
Mhm.
is in New South Wales, Australia. So
okay. Good
Hey,
deal.
Brad, leave us a speak pipe. Prove it.
Yeah, please do.
Please
I'm
say,
not going to prove it.
please say
Let's
that's
have
not
the
a knife.
Australian accent, mate.
Actually, could you do an opening for the show? A very stereotypical one, please.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
My goodness.
That's not a podcast. This
Yeah.
is a podcast.
Oh goodness. Okay. So we do have a speak pipe, and speaking of Australia, here we go.
Hey everyone, this is Brandon from Columbia, Missouri. I have a couple questions for you. My family and I are preparing for our next cruise in July. We are leaving out of Miami on a 7-day cruise to San Juan, Puerto Rico, Amber Cove, and Grand Turk. I've been to Amber Cove and Grand Turk before, very beautiful places, but I have not been to Puerto Rico. So my question for you guys is, have any of you guys ever been? And if so, what are the must-dos? I know the port's very walkable, and I hear a lot of great things about it. I've watched some videos on it. Super excited to go there. So let me know what you guys think and what we should do. It is going to be in the middle of July, so it's going to be super hot.
There you go. So July, super hot. Puerto Rico.
Never been to Puerto Rico. That's one of the stops that I want to go to. I also want to go to Cuba, but
I've not been. So
Nope.
I have no input for you, Braden.
Yes.
Braden, I heard
So-
it's a lovely island, an island of tropical breezes.
Braxton, I'm actually looking at going there in November, possibly. So never been.
So there you
Aw.
go.
My stepdad, my real, basically my dad, but he's from Puerto Rico. He's from Lajas. And
Okay.
so if I do go, I'm going to try to jump on a car and shoot over and go see my abuela. But yeah, that's all I can tell you. I don't think you would want to go see my family though while you were there.
Well, I've wanted to go, I just haven't, and I know nothing about it. So
the only thing I know is
That's
that's
where I'm
a
at.
United States territory.
Speaking of United States territories, did you know that if America was, I have the answer to
Okay.
fixing all of America's problems. We
Do tell.
add Puerto Rico, Guam, and the U.S. Virgin Islands as states, and then we would have 53 states, and we would be indivisible.
Shut up.
That is a prime joke.
That's a dad joke if I ever heard one.
Well done, Mr. Manning.
Want to thank the comedian that was on the Valor during Dude's Cruise for that joke.
That's not an original.
No,
That is
I'm
not-
not that smart.
That's not original content.
No, I'm not that
Disappointed.
smart.
Hang on, I gotta
funny.
take back my applause. Oh. Now I'm just disappointed.
Yeah, so there you go. That's it. That's all the applause. So it was
Too
funny.
funny.
That quite a few people in the audience laughed, and he was like, "Wow, I didn't really expect y'all to laugh at a math joke."
Nerds.
That's what he said. It was so funny. But
That's
anyway,
too-
yep. Now I've used that a couple times, and every time, it goes over like a lead balloon.
Well, I'm sure our audience really enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, you can go over to our Facebook page and let us know how much you enjoyed it.
Or go to speakpipe.com/
Oh yeah, even better.
blah 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 and give us your own joke if you got one better.
Yeah. The
Has to be about cruising though.
yeah, it's got to be cruising related, just like Mr. Manning's was.
And if you have an answer to what to do in Puerto Rico, go ahead and put it in there.
Yeah, I'm sure Braxton wants to know.
Exactly. Thank you, Bill, for the speak pipe. It's been a minute. So you
guys keep doing that. We're not gonna have any listeners.
we just made 15 people out of that one speak pipe. What do you want? Oh my goodness. Oh, so what was it you're going to bring up, Mr. Kennedy? Something about you said something about
what as a veteran, what are some of the things you never or rarely do anymore as an experienced cruiser?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a great question.
That is a great question.
Has your cruising habits changed over time as while you've been cruising? That's what you're wanting to know.
Yeah. I mean, like I used to do every event that I possibly could on my first few cruises. That's probably why I ended up winning 2 bottles of champagne and no freaking ship on a stick. Stupid ship on a stick. Yeah. Anyway, but I don't do that anymore. Now I just attend a few trivia sessions and maybe a show. But otherwise, I'm like hanging out, on deck or in front of a bar, which that's probably going to change soon. But anyway,
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's what I end up doing now.
Yeah. I'm trying to think, like, for me, the things that I haven't done the last few cruises, I haven't been to a piano bar in a while. Our last
You don't go to the buffet anymore.
Oh yeah, I haven't been to the buffet. I used to be a huge buffet person. Or so I told Brandon.
You didn't know you were.
Well,
dude, you went to the buffet. You would order room service, then go to the buffet, eat breakfast, then come down, get Megan, then came back and ate the buffet again.
Yeah, that is when I had the bacon debacle. So, but yeah, no, that's been quite a while. But no, I'm thinking like but mainly for the last cruise I didn't go because everyone said that that I'm talking about the piano bar, everyone was saying that guy was not great. And so I didn't bother. And so, and I did walk by a few times and there were only like 2 people in there. And so I was like, that's not a great sign. So, but as for, changing too many habits, not really. I still do the things I like doing. So I haven't changed anything.
Well, I don't go to the library anymore. I don't go to the library anymore because they don't
have a lot of time in the library.
Well, like you say, though, some of the ships don't even have libraries anymore. So that's just that's very sad.
Oh, I not to interrupt anyone, but the time I spent in the library, I'll post this over on, which I've already posted on Facebook, but I'll post this over on our Facebook group. So I took a picture, and I was taking a picture for Megan, and I took a picture of myself and I sent her the photo, and I was in the library and I was sitting in a weird spot, and I didn't realize that it was just like like on the wall, it's decorated with just nude men behind me. I'm not joking. There are like two wangs, like right behind my head. And Megan goes, "Where are you?" It was great. Oh, and if I can find the photo, I'll show you guys just from my phone, or I'll send it to you in our group. But it was hilarious, and I'll post it in the Facebook group. It was rather unexpected because when I sent the photo and I started looking around the room and I was like, "Oh, okay, well, this is how it's decorated."
Wow.
But
Well, I do know on the Venezia, when we went to tea day, to tea time, we were there, and the table that we were sitting at was in the middle over the little walkway thing. But the table behind us had a lady who had a breast exposed on the wall. And I was like, could you imagine having to sit there the whole time eating dinner and looking at this picture of this? I mean, it's art. Yes, it's,
yes.
But I mean, she was there with and I was like, wow, very interesting.
Well, it was an Italian ship.
Very interesting choice of decor. Yes. Well, I guess, like you say, it's an Italian ship too. So yeah, things that they do in Italy maybe should stay in Italy. No.
Okay. So how about you, Jen?
Things.
Exactly. How about you, Gary?
Fantastic job, Jen. Great input. Thank you so much for all of that different take and all these exclusive cruises that you've been on.
No.
You want to try one more time, Jen? Okay, try one more time.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Incredible insight.
We don't control this. I promise. This is just total rando. Like I talk, everything's fine, and then I go, "Okay, Jen, go ahead and talk," and she freezes.
The shore talks I don't go to those anymore. We used to go to those, not anymore. We wing it now. Also, we've been to the same places so often. You've heard it once. You're good.
Yeah.
True that.
We never get the charm bracelet anymore.
They changed them.
Did
They're
they?
different now. Yep. I just picked up Teresa's a few weeks ago while we were on the dudes cruise. I texted her, said, "Hey, did you have these?" And she says, "No, I don't have those. Those must be new." So I had to get those for her. I personally, for me, the biggest thing for me is I try not to get on the ship super early. I personally would rather get on the ship a little bit later, especially. Well, I will also say this is leading into something else that might be discussed a little bit further in the show, but something else that I try not to do anymore as a quote unquote experienced cruiser. May I say, I only have 12 cruises. I'm not having like a whole bunch or anything, but I try not to do 4-day or 3-day cruises either. Like I want to be 5 days or longer. So.
I get that.
Yeah, I like 7 is like the perfect length to me.
Woo! I'm not
14
yet. Woo-hoo-hoo! I'm definitely not quite there yet. That's like last week. Y'all talked about doing one of the transatlantic or trans-Pacific repositionings with the 9 and 10 sea days in a row stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. That. Oh man, I think I might go crazy.
I would be in heaven.
Unless I could get a fishing pole. If I could get a fishing pole and like throw it out the back and be trolling, that'd be the only thing that would kind of keep me active.
I mean, it'd be fun to see how long you could fish without getting caught and getting banned.
Yeah.
Not long.
Well, probably not.
Well, speaking of 3 or 4-day cruises, that I, of course, am always keeping my ear to the ground for cruise news. And I happened upon this Cruise Hive article, very very reputable people, and they actually sent it to me personally. I'm pretty sure that's how it happened. Anyways,
Right.
it says and this is what they wanted to know, is do short Carnival cruises, they're just calling Carnival out, deserve to have a bad reputation.
Does it say short Carnival cruises or short Carnival cruisers?
See, if it was cruisers, it wouldn't show a picture of this cruise ship. It'd show a picture of you. So, but
if I could flip you off with this hand, I would.
That does bring up a good point, though. I do know that I've seen a little bit of talk in the interwebs about Royal with their Utopia's 3-day cruise things, and that ship has been somewhat being compared to Carnival now.
Yeah. And I don't doubt it, because they do offer some incredible deals that include a lot of alcohol.
Yeah.
So,
and they've had several people get hurt in fights, and one person fell off of a ship this week.
Yeah. Well, so and from my perspective of this is, is when I think of what this bad reputation is, they're party cruises. It's just drunks everywhere. Kids wanting to party it up and go wherever and have a good time. Now, Mr. Manning and I have been on 2 very short cruises. Our last 2. So, and I will say, judging off of those, and they were not Miami, like it wasn't like Miami, it was Orlando and New Orleans, but just judging off of those, like I've seen crazier things on a 7-day cruise. I'll put it that way. Like, it was pretty mild
at times. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yeah, it was. And I think that the New Orleans one had its times of where, like, if you were at that particular spot.
Yeah.
But like you say, though, Miami for sure, those Miami cruises for some reason just seem to be from the sail away party to the 2:00 in the morning, club being shut down on, Monday morning before the ship pulls into the port. Just chaos all the whole time. And so I will say, though, that the Valor, there were certain times that I saw things and I'm like, okay, this is, obviously because this is a 4-day cruise, but there wasn't, like you said. Yeah, I saw things. Trust me.
Yes.
But anyways, no, and it wasn't that bad, though. It's still like you say, but I do see that a lot of those, especially those weekend cruises, those short weekend cruises specifically, definitely get a bad rep and that bad rap, whichever way you would like to say. And to me, yeah, it could be justified sometimes.
Yeah. I think it's justified, like we say, like out of the port and maybe the situation, time of year. Is it spring break? Is it, you know what I mean? Like what that kind of stuff. So I think if you're going out of, maybe depending, maybe not the week after Super Bowl, but New Orleans, the Galveston, Long Beach, I don't know, all those areas I would imagine are a little bit more mild. And I think so. If you're planning a shorter cruise and you want a quieter time, don't pick Miami. I think that's what it comes down to. So I don't know. But that's just my take on it.
I don't know that even we going back to FRGC 1 that was on the Celebration, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That was an 8-day.
It was out of Miami, and it even had some stuff that just was kind of, so it might just be all centralized to Miami, maybe. No,
maybe I don't know. Like,
Well, I mean, if you look at the distance Miami is from Fort Lauderdale. So you got Miami Beach and Fort Lauderdale Beach all within less than an hour of each other. So you got, all those people partying, and then they extend out their partying by going on a cruise.
Yeah.
And that so they, yeah. I mean, I have a feeling if they opened up a cruise port in South Padre Island, you'd have the same effect as Miami.
Well,
maybe we should open up a cruise port in South Padre Island.
Maybe.
Where?
Character study, right? You know what that's called? South Padre Island, right? I don't know where it's at. I know I've heard of it, but I don't know exactly where it is. Is that in Texas?
Yeah, it's near Brownsville, Texas, which is the southernmost part of Texas. Well, it's the third biggest spring break destination in the United States.
Hang on a second.
Wow, Trevor, I just
okay.
Image that you sent to the text.
Yeah. So I just want to say, after looking at how many listeners we have in Miami, I just gotta say F Miami. So I'm just gonna say Orlando rocks, by the way, because that is the number one city that
in Florida.
Yes, in Florida. So 18% of listeners in Florida listen to the number one rated podcast called Carnival Cruising Podcastaways. So there you go.
The number one cruise podcast with all of us.
Yes. Yeah. I had to break it down,
with 4 hosts.
Yes.
Well, 5 hosts.
Three and a half, 4.5.
Yeah, 4.5. But so anyways, any other insight?
I will say, and I know this is because I talked with a couple people that were on the Valor, and the port, your home port, does matter. It matters a lot. I know Rich and Jazz have talked about it before with a Rich and Jazzy Life. We had them on the show not long ago, and they will tell you, for them, they like cruising out of certain ports more than others, just because they feel more comfortable or more at home, we'll say. And I do know that it is tough for me to cruise out of like Tampa. That port was just, which of course has to do with the ship as well, but I don't mind cruising out of New Orleans. I love cruising out of Mobile just because it's right there. But Charleston, South Carolina was another one that was just so weird for me to cruise out of. And so I don't know.
What was your opinion of Galveston out of the other places that you've been to?
Galveston would probably be my next to least favorite now.
That's great.
I mean, it can't. I don't know. Tampa's, like I said, Tampa's only because of the Paradise, right? If they got something different, which of course they're gonna have to keep a small ship in there, but because of having to go under the Skyway Bridge. But Brownsville wasn't bad. I mean, the experience of getting in and out of Brownsville was relatively easy because we had a guy who came and picked us up and took us out of there, so that wasn't a problem at all.
Yeah.
However, it took a long time to get off the ship in Galveston for us because we're not passport.
Yeah.
You guys went after us. Never mind.
Yep. So. And it took that line for the birth certificate / driver's license line.
It's ridiculous.
Was so slow.
It depends. I mean, because whenever Mom and I went on the Jubilee, a couple months before you all did, I actually beat Mom, and I was going through the driver's license birth certificate line. So the passport line was longer.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So maybe it's just that ship, or maybe that particular sailing or whatever. So.
Well, Mr. Kennedy, were you using your platinum benefit to get off early?
Yes.
So that's going to be a lot of it there, because if you waited, it would have been chaos. So
yeah, we waited. Obviously, we waited. We didn't have we are never in a rush to get on the ship, or we used to get off the ship.
Yeah.
And so we waited until like 9:30, 10 o'clock to get off. And that's a good point. Maybe that'll be something that we don't do anymore, waiting to get on or off. So,
Well, see, especially leaving out of Galveston for me, you know, I because I'm the driver usually. I want to get on the road as fast as possible. So, and the place that I usually park, they don't do their little golf cart shuttle anymore, which hacks me off. So I got to find a new place to park.
Well, you know, when on our last cruise, what was it? Brandon was going to get off with me, and we were going to go down to the airport and split a cab fare. But he was like, "I'm going to go down to sit down breakfast," and I was like, "You're not going to have enough time." And he's like, "I'll have it. I've always had enough time." I said, "You're not going to have enough time." But so I went down there to the waiting area, and then I sent him a message. I was like, I'm getting off the cruise now. I'll see you at the airport. So I don't think he had even gotten his meal yet. So it's a very quick process. I was off the boat by it was like 7 something in the morning. It was quick. So, but I will say he was able to, when he got to the airport, assist me in the standby, flying standby, getting back home. That was really cool. Never done that before, and it worked out very well for me. So,
see, I like the platinum getting off early area because they have your own little drinks and breakfast there. You know,
they had none of that where we were.
really?
None of that tomfoolery. No.
Wow.
No, they stuffed us in there and they said, find a place to sit in this area. These people over here are diamond. You can't sit with them. And that was how it was. And so
no, I'm not talking about like getting on the ship. I'm talking about the area.
I'm talking about getting off. Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
No, yeah, it's a very rough port. Getting on the ship was like you're not diamond, you're sitting over here. So
that's the way that's the way it is in Galveston.
Yeah.
Getting on the ship.
Well,
It's like faster the fun gets on before platinum. I'm like, what?
Well, yeah. Was it suites, diamonds, and the weddings and all that.
Yeah, and the faster the fun, I'll get on before platinum.
Mm-hmm. So,
I mean,
yeah, you know what? We should write a letter to John Hill.
To John Hield?
Yes. Oh, too funny. Well, I've got nothing else to add.
I don't either. And
I'm afraid if I speak, I'll freeze.
Jen, I think you can share something with us.
Yes.
Tell us your thing. How do the 3 and 4 day cruises out of over there on the West Coast work?
I've never been on one, but I've heard they're a little wild.
Okay.
Really, you can only go to Ensenada. So, which in Ensenada, all you do is you go there and you drink and you shop, or you go to some unsavory hot spots. So it's a I don't know if it's Miami level party, but it's a party cruise for sure.
All right.
So don't go to Ensenada then. Okay.
Oh, I love Ensenada though. I mean, there's some really good. Well, you wouldn't like it, Thomas, because it's Mexican food, but there's some good eating.
Exactly. I don't know why people have a hard time with me not liking Mexican food.
I don't have a hard time with it. I'm just saying you might not love Ensenada.
True.
If you don't like enchiladas.
Or pina coladas.
Ooh.
Well, I can't have pina coladas anyway, so yeah.
Is a pina colada Mexican? I know margarita.
I'm going
No,
with it.
that's
I was gonna let
It's
you
not,
have
but
it.
let's just go with it.
I imagine it's Hawaiian, meaning it's got pineapple in it.
Pineapple and rum.
Pineapple, rum, and coconut.
Rum is from Caribbean, so yeah. So there's cigar, but anyway, still pina coladas.
If you like pina coladas.
Mm-hmm.
Keep going.
No.
And
I
walking
just
in the
added a
rain.
tiny bit to the beginning of the show.
Glad I was here.
Yes. Well, thank you everyone for, I guess, listening. And
If you made it this
starting
far,
the show again. So make sure that you go to our SpeakPipe page. I might check it, maybe, and we'll play whatever you put on there. I don't care what it is. Shout obscenities, give us jokes. I don't know. Do it. And we'll play them away. So just know that you're unique, you are special, and you are loved.
and remember, don't rap while you're being recorded. Otherwise, Trevor will put it on the show.
Absolutely.
Bye.
This is a very sad point in life for me right now. I do not have a cruise booked at all for the foreseeable future.
Oh.
My heart breaks for you.
Let's have a moment of silence.
In the arms of an age.
All right, enough of that. 303 days until I am sailing
Show off.
on the Ruby Princess on my way to Hawaii. See ya, suckers.
Wow.
Love it. Shave the foosball tables. Bye-bye.
She freezes. It's
I know. I love that she got it all out.